Lights out. And now the movies, folks.
Sure was.
Yes, sir. It's Wednesday, so it's Wednesday with Wendell Live. Thanks, everybody, for coming by. This ought to be a fun show. Now, it's going to be a little different than some of my other shows, only for a little bit on the content, which I'll get to in a little bit. But we're going to be talking about engaging an audience from a musician standpoint. So I'm not going to be talking much about the history of the songs. Well, I will talk about the history of the songs, but usually I have another theme that we talk about. Tonight we're going to talk about how do you engage that audience? How do you get them to react? I mean, there's nothing worse than playing your heart out and having this blank stares from the tables or the people staring at their telephones and not paying attention to you, right? So tonight on Wednesday with Wendell Live and the Big Music Show, we're going to talk a little bit about how can you engage the audience, what are some of the things you can do, and we're going to sing some of the sing-along songs that are popular when bands go out and play. So you get to sing along in almost every song, and we'll have one official karaoke song so that you can always sing along for sure. But point is, I want to hear everybody singing. Yeah, I want to hear you singing, okay, because you know these songs. You've sang these songs before. Maybe you weren't drunk when you sang them, but you sang them before. So, hey, enough with me gabbing away here. Hold on. Let's get into the first song, and then I'll catch up with everybody. So let's get going. Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond. One of the most popular songs out there for bands to cover. Everybody gets up and starts singing. You know the parts where you sing, so come along. Where it began, I can't begin to know when, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? And touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe it never would, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt, hurting runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when holding you? One, touching one, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe it never would. Oh, no, Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. Sweet Caroline, I believe it never could. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. Yeah, Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond. I heard you. I heard you singing out there. Thank you. You're helping me out. Oh, so hey, I want to welcome everybody. Let me stop real quick and see what's going on in the chat. I'm gonna, every time you go on, you get a little shaky, right? And a little nervous. That's normal. That's okay. I'm going to try to slow down a little bit here and say hi to everybody in the chat that I can, and hopefully I can call everybody out. We had a lot of people here showing up early. Some new people. Lunch break karaoke. Hey, thanks so much. Harley stopped by. I want to thank you. Drone Kings of Darwin. So glad you're here because we always need help with the lyrics. Glad you're here. Susan, great. That cover guy, 417. Thank you for coming. Urban Legend of UK. Just met him the other night. So glad to have some international people here other than just Brad. Brad's from Australia. We're not sure if that's really international or not. Just joking. Stacy, I want to thank you for coming by, Stacy. I saw Noggy here. Dennis is here. Drone Shot stopped by. Thank you so much. Who did I miss here? Did I miss some people? Justin, I saw Justin earlier was here. And let's see if there's anybody else. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I think we got it. And then my brother finally showed up. Where have you been, Arden? Arden came by. Great to have him here. So as I said, real quickly, Neil Diamond, that song came out in 1969. And it was number 4 on the Billboard charts. He says he wrote that song about Caroline from John F. Kennedy's daughter. He saw her picture on Time magazine on a horse. And he said about 5 years later, he finally wrote the song. But then funny, a couple years later, he said the song was really about his then wife at the time, Marcy, but he needed a 3-syllable name. So I don't know what the right story is. There's 2 stories out there. I'm sure the wife was around, and so he decided to say, yeah, the story's about you. The song's about you. That's what it is. So, however, very popular song. Carolina Panthers play the song at their stadium. The Boston Red Sox play the song. Iowa Cyclones football team, they play the song. University of Pittsburgh, they play this song during football games. Also, over in United Kingdom, Oxford United, they play this song, and the Arsenal, and also the Castleford Tigers. So a very popular song, one that everybody sings, gets up and sings, and does the bop, bop, bop. I'm sure you did that, right? He has sold over 2 million digital copies of this, so just digital copies in the United States. So a very popular song. And I want to make sure everything's still going. My chat over here stopped. I want to make sure we've got it. There we go. Perfect. Okay, got it. Australians, we're just the southern part of Canada. Never thought of it that way, Brad. It's just, but that's the hot part of Canada, right? Down in Australia. So again, welcome. Wednesdays with Wendell Live, the big music show. Last week, what did I do? I posted a new video, country video this time. A little less talk, a lot more action. If you haven't seen it, stop by and take a look, check out on that. I want to thank Pixelpia Lifelong Learning. She helped me put a new banner together. So if you've seen my channel, I got a new banner up there. I want to thank her for putting that together. Also, July is right around the corner, right? Another week or two, July. Have you signed up for my newsletter yet? Sign up for my newsletter. There's a link in the description. Sign up. I'm not going to spam you. I'm going to try to give you some insider tips, try to give you some helpful tips, some behind-the-scenes action, so to speak. One email a month, no spam. Love to have you. So sign up for the email. Another one coming out in July. Love to have you. So now, when I wrote my notes here, it says I had 647 subscribers and about 30,000 views. Well, I still have about 30,000 views, but the subscribers are up to 661. So or 662, I think. So my new goal now, I finally hit 650. I want to thank everybody for helping me get to 650. Anything you can do to help me get to 675. You got friends out there, share this out there. A big shout out to Maddie. She posted this on her Instagram account, and I got a few of her friends to join. So you got some friends out there that might enjoy the music. Invite them to come along. If they don't enjoy the music, they can have somebody to laugh at, because that's the whole point, to have fun. So I got some more stuff to talk about, but we'll save that till later. Hey, Abandoned Boys, thanks so much for coming by. Just met him the other night. It was great to meet you, Abandoned Boys. And let's see if there's anybody else. Danny, thanks so much for coming by. Great to see you. Looking forward to your show tomorrow, Friday morning, although I'll be camping on Friday, so hopefully I can get an internet connection. They're telling me I can't get an internet connection when I go camping, but we'll see what happens. And Mel, great to see you. Thanks for coming by. 400 AGL. It's great to see you, Mel. So the first thing I want to talk about, hold on, let me get the right screen. So crowd engagement. Let's just talk about the basics first. What are some of the basics regarding crowd engagement? So there's a lot of tactics to try to engage the crowd. Nobody wants to be bossy, or nobody wants to be bossed at, so you don't want to be bossy. No one likes to be told that they're not loud enough. People don't want to be told that they're not hyped up enough, get close to the stage. So those types of things really don't work. I mean, just think about it. If you're sitting out there and somebody says, "Hey, you're not loud enough," it's like, what? So not the best thing to do. I'm going to give you some tips tonight on how to engage a crowd. And after I talk about the basics, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the important things to know about your audience before you get to your gig. Also, I have some unique hacks I want you to try as you're out with the band. And then lastly, some tips on what to say from the stage. So a lot of people say, "What do I say when I'm standing up here?" Give a little tips on that. So, all right. So the basics. What are the basics? First, you got to dress right. You got to dress for the part. Okay. Look. Hey, look at this. So get yourself your Wendell Live T-shirt. No, it'd be the wrong thing for you to wear on the stage. But think about what the right thing to wear is. What's the venue? What should you wear? I mean, if you're going into piano venue, for example, or a cocktail bar, you don't want to be showing up in a T-shirt that says Led Zeppelin on it. Probably wouldn't be the right thing. So you can, and it can be outrageous if you want it to be outrageous, but it should be part of your brand. Always got to introduce yourself. Make sure at some time, whether it's in the beginning or at the end of the first set or sometime that you're introducing yourself, you're giving your band name or your own name. Maybe you talk about how long you've been playing, why do you play. If you've got band members, introduce the band members, introduce yourself. Try to say something about every band member. If you want to be clever, you can try to be clever. If you just want to say, hey, this is Joe Bag of Donuts from Montreal, Canada, that's fine too. If you want to say, here is Billy Bob, and he's the best looking band or best looking bass player this side of Mississippi, you say those types of things. But just say something about every one of the band member. Thanks. You also need to thank the crowd for coming, and always make a comment about the venue. They're the ones that invited you here, and also make sure you say something about the wait staff. So another thing is have some banter with your bandmates. Just some talk. Sometimes it'll help the audience feel a little bit more like they're connected with the band if you're doing that. So, also, it's not wrong, it's not bad to talk directly to the audience. Ask them saying, hey, how do we sound? And how are we sounding? How's the sound levels? Or maybe talk about some event that just happened or some event in the town that just happened. People love to talk about their own little town and what's going on there. So say something about the town. If you're good at telling jokes, you can tell a joke or an amusing story or something that happened. Sometimes you can say things such like, hey, have a drink with me, right? I'm drinking water right now, but have a drink with me. Cheers. Something simple like, it's so great to be here at and talking about and mention the venue. You want to be clever, you could say something like, this isn't the song you requested, but it's got all the same notes in it. Sometimes band members are busy tuning their instruments. You could be a smart ass and say, hey, what are you doing? I thought they tuned that at the factory. Sometimes those things don't work, but you could try that. We could also say, we'd like to dedicate this song to all those people that never had a song dedicated to them. Also, if you're in a town like Baltimore, you could say, we're here on the Baltimore tour. And lastly, something like, this song is in the key of A for any of those folks that are playing along at home. All right, those are just some little things. But the point is, key is here, it's okay to have a conversation with the people in the audience. One last thing, though, if you got a drummer, ask the drummer to make a little drummer fill after everything you say, because the last thing you want is crickets when you say something. So if it falls flat, so there you go. Lastly, though, play your heart out. That's what you need to do. You're there for fun, there to have a good time. Play your heart out. The audience deserves it. You need to play the best you can. Okay, so that's the basics. Let me pull up the next song, but before we do that, let's see what I'm missing in the chat. Yeah, Dennis probably likes my jokes because they're pretty corny. But that's okay. Did Marcy stop by? Marcy, great to see you. Thank you for coming by, Marcy. It was so good to see you and Bradley this week. We had a blast there. I'm going to save that to the next break here, but I want to talk about that a little bit. And perfect. Okay, I don't see anybody new here that I haven't said hi to. Let's see here. I got two little things going here to make sure I don't miss everything, because sometimes I miss some of this stuff. Next song, another sing-along song. People love to hear. People love to sing along. John Denver. John Denver, Take Me Home, Country Roads. This is his signature song. Came out in 1971. It was the number 2 on the Billboard charts. It became one of his most popular songs ever, and it is considered, as I said, his signature song. Hold on a second. I dropped something. I'm back now. It's continued to sell 1.6 million digital downloads in the United States. In March of 2014, it became the official anthem of West Virginia. The song was originally put together for Johnny Cash, But John Denver met with the people who were the songwriters for the song and said, no, I need to have this song. This song, I need this song. And so he was able to convince them to let him sing the song. As a matter of fact, they finished the song that night, and the next day, for the first day at one of his concerts, he played the song while they were holding the paper lyrics in front of him because he didn't know the song yet. So enough of that. This is a song where you guys can sing along. John Denver, Take Me Home, Country Roads. Let me hear you. Sing it out loud. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning hour as she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road, take me home. Down country roads, take me home. Down country roads. Yeah, John Denver, Country Roads. Take me home, country roads. Yeah. Ooh. All right. A good song. Hopefully you're singing along. And so I want to highlight something. Let's see, where are we here? Take a little side trip. So what did I do this weekend? You know, this YouTube community is a great community. Why is that? Because I've met people on YouTube, I've actually not met them in person, that are really some of the best people that I've ever met. First of all, let me just point out. Remember Stacy Morgan a couple weeks ago sent me this? He put this together for me. He calls it his golden button, YouTube button. I've never met Stacy, and he sent this to me, put it together. Thank you again, Stace. But then, I did meet somebody. This week, Dennis Lovelady comes by my house. He says, we're going up to Long Island, and we're going to meet one of our other friends, Drone Bum. So Dennis, who I'd never met before, comes by, picks me up. Oh, wait a minute. Dennis made this 3D logo for me. This is like ultra cool. So I don't know if you can see it or not. Wendell live on one side. Oh, but that's not it. On the back side, what did he do? Choose to be kind. Very observant. Dennis, thank you. This was so nice. I'm so happy I have this. Thank you so much for putting it together. It's got its own place here in the studio already. Dennis and I had a great time. We spent some time with Drone Bum. We did a sunrise drone posting. And then after stopping off at another place and doing some footage of an abandoned site out there, we called up Marcy Bing and said, Marcy, can we come by and see you? And she goes, oh my God, yes! So we were able to stop by and see Marcy. We saw Bradley, we saw Kay. We had a great time. We stayed there for about an hour. She tried to, feed us like we were going to be there for 10 days. She was a great hostess. We had a wonderful time, and they got some great footage too, some drone footage that I know Drone Bum and Dennis are putting together. So I just want to thank the YouTube community. It's been so much fun. I'm so glad I've met everybody. And there's even more people out there that I haven't actually met yet, but I've met. So again, that's just my little hello and thank you to all my YouTube friends. Okay, so let's move on real quickly. So let's talk a little bit about connecting with your audience. So you need to know your audience. You need to know who they are, meaning what type of audience are they? Are they like a rowdy Irish pub? Are they a piano bar? Are they looking for some dance music from their college years? So know what the audience is like, so that you can be prepared for that. Also, it is very good. You want to engage with the crowd, you got to maintain eye contact. You've got to look at your audience. And if you have a hard time looking at your audience, well then look at their foreheads. But you've got to engage. You've got to connect with them and connect with different people. Connect with the people in the back of the room. Connect with the people in the front of the room. If you look at the people in the back of the room, it helps pull them forward. So make sure, again, make eye contact with the folks. If you're one of those people who sings and closes their eyes, which drives me nuts, people who do that, but if you are, you got to open your eyes and you've got to look out and you got to make that eye contact with the folks. So again, know your audience. Who are the people you're going to sing for? Put a song list together that reflects the band or the group that you're going to. You've got to be, unless you are a popular act and everybody knows who you are and they're coming to see you and they know what to expect, that could be different. But if you're trying to establish yourself and you're going out and playing, you need to know what your audience is and play to the crowd. So with that said, have you seen the movie The Commitments? I can't hear you. Did you? Yes? You have? Okay. So the movie Commitments, I think it came out in the 80s. It may have been the 90s. I think it came out in the 80s. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it. It's about a band getting put together. And one of the songs that came out of this was Mustang Sally. Now, there are people in bands that will cringe when you say, can you play Mustang Sally? Because they're so tired of playing it. But they're tired of playing it because everybody wants to hear it. And as I said, this is a song that you can get the crowd engaged on. You can't sit back and have them get engaged. You got to get out there with them and get them engaged. They will sing along because everybody knows the chorus on this. The song was first recorded in 1965 by Mac Rice. It became number 15. Wilson Pickett made it the hit. It came out. It became number 6. Johnny Lee Hooker also did a version. He called it Mustang Sally and GTO. But again, the most popular covers are the Commitments, and also the Coasters did a version of this in 1972. Also, one last thing, Sally Ride. This was a song they played when Sally Ride was in the Shuttle Challenger, and they all wore T-shirts that said "Ride, Sally, Ride." So, enough of the song. I want you singing along. I want to hear you. Okay. So this is Mustang Sally, The Commitments. Let's hear you sing along. Mustang Sally, guess you better slow your Mustang down. Mustang Sally, now baby, guess you better slow your Mustang down. You've been running all over town now. I guess I'll have to put your big flat feet on the ground. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. One of these early mornings, I'm gonna be just a wiping your weeping eyes. I bought you a brand new Mustang. It was in 1965. Now you come around signifying a woman. Girl, you won't let me ride Mustang Sally now, baby. Guess you better slow your Mustang down. All right. You've been running all over town. I guess I'm gonna put your big flat feet on the ground. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. One of these early mornings, I'm gonna be just a wiping your weeping eyes. Those weeping eyes, those weeping eyes, those weeping eyes, yeah, those weeping eyes, those weeping eyes, those weeping eyes, those weeping eyes, yeah, 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 yeah. Woo. Mustang Sally, The Commitments, yeah. All right. Whoa. Where's my stand-in? Let me take a break a second here. Dennis, thank you. Let's see if there's anybody else in there. Yeah, Danny, glad that's right, the big fat feet on the ground. Hey, Terry, thanks for stopping by. Glad you could get off work and come by. So, and make sure and, excellent, make sure, oops, my phone's talking to. My phone was talking to me. Hold on. How did this happen? There we go. Somehow I turned my phone on. There you go. All right. Next thing I want to talk about, what are some hacks? What are some hacks to engage a crowd? So one of the best hacks is you do it first and then ask them to do it. I mean, why is there nobody dancing on the or dancing out on the dance floor? Well, the reason they're not dancing on the dance floor is because A, they don't want to be first, and B, they don't want to be silly, right? So that's your job. Your job is to go out there and dance first. So you go out and dance, and then you invite them to join you. If they're scared, are you scared to be dancing out there alone? Exactly. That's why the other folks aren't out there. So it's your job to take that awkwardness away so that it encourages other people to come out on the dance floor. If you want them to come to the stage, sit on the edge of the stage or invite them to come up to the stage. Again, don't boss people and don't say, hey, you're not loud enough, those type of things, but encourage them to come up to the stage. Do you ever notice when the band claps, audience starts clapping along? So if you do it first, they will start. So if it's right to be clapping along, then clap along and try to encourage the crowd to clap along. And get the band to participate. I mean, not just you. If you got other people in the band, make sure that they're making eye contact with the audience also. The hardest thing are these crazy-ass phones, okay? Because everybody is staring at their phone. And the worst thing is you got a line of people sitting at the bar, staring at their phones, looking up at the football game, staring down at their phone, looking up at the football game. Well, work with what they're already doing. So if they've got their phone, what can we do to encourage them to use that phone? I mean, that's what they have. So one thing we can do is tell them to take a picture of the stage. Hey, take your phones. Take a picture of the stage and tag it Wendell Live, and we'll have it out on our social media. So see if you can get them to do that. So maybe you should do that right now. Go ahead, take a picture of yourself watching the big music show and post it on your favorite social media, Instagram, Twitter, whichever you prefer, and tag it there, Wendell Live, and we'll look it up. And I'll show them next week. Also, you can offer some free merchandise to them. If you got a CD to give people, or a shirt, or a hat, or something, tell you the first 5 people that post a video and tag it, I'm going to give you a free shirt or something. I don't have it. This is the only shirt I have right now, so I can't give you this one. Well, I could give you this one, but I only have one to give. Tell them to take a selfie of you with you and or of themselves. So you can just say, hey, take a selfie of yourself and your friends and tag it Wendell Live or whatever your social media is, and put it on your social media. Or have them take a selfie with you. That's another option. But again, they're got their phones and they're focused on their phones. Try to get them to use their phones to do something with the band, to tag a photo, post a shot, take a selfie of them. So something like that. Hey, there we go, Dennis. Dennis did that. Thank you, Dennis. We'll get your picture up there. I don't know how to do it now, because I'm not that smart. Okay, I'm still learning this stuff. So thanks, Dennis. And if you have a social media, make sure you shout it out to folks so they know what it is. As you folks all know, on Twitter, I'm Wendell Live, so just Wendell Live 1, on Twitter, and Instagram, Wendell Live. So, all right. So here's a song that you're going to say, I can't believe you found this song. But this is another one that can be, in the right venue, at the right time, a sing-along song. Now, what makes a sing-along song? Well, a sing-along song has got to have a catchy beat to it, a catchy tune, something that repeats. Like we just did Mustang Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. So it's just something catchy that people can sing along with. This song goes out to Terry because she's always talking about this song. It's Build Me Up Buttercup. Remember Build Me Up Buttercup? Who sang this? The Foundations, back in 1968. I think Terry was 3 years old then. It became number 3 on the Billboard charts. The Foundations was a British soul band, which was very unusual at the time. They were only active for 3 years, 67 to 70. They had a debut single called Baby, Now That I Found You. Remember that song? Baby, now that I found you, I can let you go. That song? It reached number 11 in the U.S. That was their big first hit. It was one of the first multiracial groups of the United Kingdom in the 1960s. The original vocalist was Clem Curtis, and he left in 1968 because he didn't think the rest of the band members were being serious, that after they got their hit, he didn't think they were working hard enough, and they were just taking it too easy, so he left. And his replacement was a gentleman by the name of Colin Young, and he sang this song. This was the first song he ever sang for the Foundations, and it was a hit. You're going to see him in the video here. So let's get this song going. I want to hear you singing. I know you know this song. Yes, it's silly. Yes, it's funny. And you're going to sound silly and funny, but that's the whole point. Build Me Up Buttercup, the Foundations. Just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that right here from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. I'll be over at 10, you tell me time and again, but you're late. I wait around and then I went to the door. I can't take any more. It's not you. You let me down again. Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you mine. I'll be home. I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Why do you build me up? Baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that right here from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. To you I'm a toy, but I could be the boy you adore if you just let me know. Although you're untrue, I'm attracted to you all the more. Why do I need you so? Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you mine. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that right here from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. I need you more than anyone, baby. You know that from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. Yeah, Build Me Up Buttercup, the Foundations. Didn't expect that, did you? That's all right. That's where it goes. That's a fun song. It is a fun song. You get the right crowd. They've been drinking a little bit. It's a good song. All right, hold on. Let me check out the check out the chat here real quick. Hey Siri, order a pizza. Oh, wait a minute, I said that, and Siri opened up on my computer. There she goes again. She's opening up. Stop it. I can't say that anymore, Brad. Hey, Nenaz, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, you're right, Danny. This song is underrated. It's a lot of fun. Okay, excellent. Fun song. All right. I'm looking forward to the next couple songs I'm doing here. These the next songs are fun songs, so stick around. We're almost there. All right. Let's see. So the last thing, know what to say. What are you going to say to the band, to the folks out there? So give some love to the audience. Thank them for coming. Let them know you care about them. Let them know, hey, how they feeling, how are things going. Try, as I said, you need to start getting a conversation with the crowd if you can, because you want to make them feel like they're part of the act. Compliment the city that you're in. As I said earlier, people love to talk about their city. Compliment their city, something that's happened in the city recently, or you can talk about some story that you had about the town while you were there. Hopefully, it's a good story, obviously. Try not to say the same things every night. You don't want to be repeating the same phrases all the time. Sometimes it's hard not to, depending on what your show is. But try not to repeat the phrases. They start getting a little stale after a while. And so try to be authentic. Sometimes it might help. Have a little bullet cheat sheet. Make sure you talk about these things. There's nothing wrong with that. Put it on the floor. Make sure, hey, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. I'm a big one with lists. Ask Terry. She knows. I got more lists than Carter's got little liver pills, as they used to say. If you're a second band that's up, make sure you thank the previous band. If you've got a website, talk about your website. Talk about your merchandise, talk about where you might be playing, those types of things. Another thing is what I call to share the story, don't tell the story. Instead of, if you got a song coming up, and this really works if you have an original, but it could work if you're doing a cover. But try to connect with the people, help them connect their story with the song. So instead of saying something like, did you ever live with somebody who never got up on time and was always late? Or excuse me, let's turn this around. Instead of saying something like, this song is about somebody who gets up late and is always late to functions and so on. Turn it around, as I was saying earlier, to say something like, do you know somebody? Is there anybody you know? Have you ever had a friend who's always late? So try to engage them to be thinking and reacting as opposed to telling them the story. Things such as, have you ever, or you could say things, put a question on your statements instead of making a statement. Ask a question. So those types of things. You can share a story. Share a story is something that happened. Again, as I said earlier, maybe on your trip to the gig, or a story about something that happened last week, my story about Dennis and Marcy, those types of things. Just pretend, the best thing to do is just feel like you're out with your friends and you're having a conversation with your friends. And what would you say if you're at the bar with your friends? Maybe not all that stuff, but some of the stuff that you would say to your friends while you're at the bar. So just act as if you're having a conversation with your friends. You need to act like you're having a conversation with them. And that's really it, those types of things. So just some little things to be thinking about how to engage the audience. So let me see if I can find the song. Here we go. The Temptations. Remember the Temptations? This song came out in 1964. Were you around in 64? Okay, never mind. This became number one, My Girl by the Temptations. It was number one. It was written by Smokey Robinson. because and it became #1 song and became their signature song, the Temptations' signature song. He heard a member. There was a member of the band. His name was hold on here. David Ruffin, and he was typically doing backup for the Temptations. And Smokey Robinson said, "Hey, I'm going to write a song because I think you're a sleeping giant. I want to write a song for you." And so he wrote this song specifically for David Ruffin. And the song now is, as we already said, was a #1 hit. It's been selected by the Library of Congress for a National Recording Registry. So here's a song that they pulled the guy out of the background singers and said, "Hey, why don't you sing this song?" And it became a hit. That's what everybody wants. My Girl, the Temptations, the Temptations. Sing along. I know you know this one. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees envy me. I've got a sweeter song than the birds in the trees. Well, I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl. Ooh. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I don't need no money, fortune or fame. I've got all the riches, baby, one man can claim. Well, I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day with my girl. I've even got the month of May with my girl. Talking about my girl. My Girl, the Temptations. Yes, those notes are high. Just in case you're wondering. Woo. Let me check this chat one more time here before we get out of here. Got one more song to do. Hey, Adventures in Reselling. Thanks so much for stopping by. Lists and piles and stuff. Thank you very much. Terry is always helpful with all the stuff going on. Very good. Thank you. Okay. So, one last thing. Let me... One last thing here. Always remember, you're there to serve the audience. They're the reason you're there. You're playing to the audience. Don't start demanding anything from them. Don't ask them to start clapping louder. Don't ask them to start screaming louder. Don't ask them to come up to the stage. If you're not inviting them up to the stage, you need to invite them. Get out there in the audience and be with them. Encourage them to come out if you need to do that. But sometimes you're going to get a dead-on-arrival crowd, and when you do get a dead-on-arrival crowd, you just got to work it and make it the best you can. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. All right, one last song. Because of Devin Bing, he'd asked me to do an encore song, and so we always put one more song in here. The Righteous Brothers, 1964. Yes, those Righteous Brothers. This was written by Phil Spector, and it was first recorded by the Righteous Brothers. As a matter of fact, Phil Spector discovered the Righteous Brothers. This song's considered one of the best recordings ever made. It's the ultimate pop record. I mean, some music writers have said this. You know what song it is, so I'm not going to tell you yet because you already got to figure it out. The song's been covered by numerous artists. It's been covered by Dionne Warwick. She had number 16 with it. Roberta Flack did this song. Hall & Oates did the song, reached number 12. In December 1999, the Broadcast Music Incorporation, BMI as it's called, ranked the song as the most played song in American radio in the 20th century, having accumulated over more than 8 million airplays by 1999, nearly 15 million by 2011. Held this distinction as the most played song for 22 years until 2019. I'm trying to find that song. I couldn't find the song that replaced it. Hold on a second, my light went out. There we go. Got to pay the bills. The song was chosen as one of the songs of the century by RIAA and ranked number 34 on the list of the 500 greatest songs of all time by the Rolling Stones. So, yeah, what is that song? Hold on. Let's see if anybody guessed it yet in the chat. Did anybody guess it? Let me look. No, nobody. Well, nobody tried to guess. I didn't ask you to guess. All right, here we go. Let me get a drink of water before. Okay. The Righteous Brothers. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips, and there's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, but baby, I know it. You've lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You've lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa. Now there's no welcome look in your eyes when I reach for you, and now you're starting to criticize little things I do. It makes me just feel like crying, 'cause baby, something beautiful's dying. You've lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You've lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Oh, oh, oh. Baby, baby, I get down on my knees for you. If you would only love me like you used to do, yeah. We had a love we don't find every day. So don't let it slip away. Baby, I beg you, please, now bring it on back. 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 Bring back that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. Bring back that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. And I can't go on. Oh, oh, oh. Bring back that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. Bring back that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Oh. You've lost that love and feeling, the Righteous Brothers. I forgot to mention ahead of time another good sing-along song. Oh. So this was a fun night, a little different than what I normally do, but the songs were the same, meaning hopefully there were songs you enjoy, songs you sang along with. Harley, hey, thank you so much. And Chris Hope, great to see you. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, Top Gun. Let's see if there's anybody else. Diana, I didn't say hi to you, so great to see you. Thank you for coming by. And that's all I have. Now, I do have to tell you, if you are new to my show, you might not know this, but Mrs. Wendell Live, Terry, she lives in San Diego, and I live in Maryland. It's a long story. It's a good story, but it's a long story. So I haven't seen her since February. So I'm heading out there in another week. And so right now I'm still planning to have the call-in watch party next Wednesday. But the next Wendell Live is going to be July 22nd. So I'm going to skip at least one Wednesday, I believe. I think what I'm going to try to do is have a call-in watch party on that Wednesday. So I'm still planning to have something every Wednesday. Now, another thing about the call-in watch party I want to let you know. I didn't realize how bad the audio quality was. And so I'm going to switch over to a different streaming software for the call-in watch party. Requires me to do some work to get there. Hopefully I can get there for the next show, next Wednesday. I think I will. But in either case, I'll either use the old crappy software, and you guys can still come along and have fun in the chat, or I'll have the new software up and running, and we'll do the call-in watch party with a much better software package that has a much better audio quality. And I apologize to all of you folks out there that have been watching it. It's not the audio quality that I like. Okay, so two things. We're going to skip Wednesday with Wendell Live, big music show, but we're still going to have the call-in watch party, and we're going to be changing over. So I want to thank everybody for coming by. I always have fun doing this. You guys are great out there. I love every one of you. And in this world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be anything. Choose to be kind. You folks have a great week. We'll see you next Wednesday with Wendell Live.